So if you make it wrong, this is an important lesson. Erase. I'm looking at the screen. I'm looking at. I'm also. Okay. Let me start that again. See? Okay, now I'm looking at this line. I want to keep this with this parallel with this. Now again, in nature, things. Yeah, that's what's going on. I'm moving the paper all around, and it's driving me crazy. Good enough. I said that before, and it didn't work out the way I wanted. Just going to go with it. So you'll see how now, from this viewpoint, my lines, yes, I keep turning things. My lines, okay, in the same picture, say this is all the same world, all of these objects would have the same vanishing point, okay? If I had multiple vanishing points, that could create a freaky, interesting thing, but it starts to get into something else. So 1 point perspective in the same world. That's not to say, like for your final project in this section about space, I'm just going to draw a clean line like that. And value. Now this particular exercise doesn't involve any kind of, well, you could throw some value in if you wanted to. So I think one of the examples I give on D2L has a little bit of value to it. So I could make a very long kind of box shape back, or I could decide, can't draw a parallel line for the sake of, I could say, okay, I want a building, call it a building here. And say I wanted, I'm just going to freehand, don't freehand like this, it looks sloppy. Although, see, I also find like energy in that too. A lot of times, if you see something that's loose, but it looks like it's done properly, they lightly put in this and then kind of freehand in stuff, so it looks a little bit more organic. Sometimes just clean drawings look dead. Now, say I want another building behind this. Can't tell that's parallel. And I won't see, I'm going to kind of try to get it, keeping it parallel. So I can put those, remember these will all be parallel. I'm going to say parallel until I'm blue in the face. So then I could go back, I'm just going to freehand these in here because I'm sick of this ruler. And then I would go back and I can erase that line. Now I kind of have those two buildings, same height, kind of going back towards that vanishing point, loosely. Now, say if I want to do something, maybe I didn't want this building to be that same height. Maybe I'm like, well, I want this building to be half as tall as that building. So let's see, say I'm going to put a knot, okay, this building can be half tall as this building, but it's behind it. I'm going to put another dot there, and I take that line on the middle of that to the vantage point. I'm not going to draw across here. What I'm going to do, hope that I got everything lined up, and then go to this part and draw that line, okay? So now I have that line there. And I can do the same, keep it, do another one parallel over here, just a little dot. And it's about halfway. I'm really gonna hurt this little tiny ruler, gonna reach. And I can see that I got it lined up there, and I can go across like here, and that's driving you crazy. What is he doing? And I could have built a little one back here so I didn't have to. And I can keep this line parallel. And I can keep this line parallel. All right, so now I gotta go back and get rid of my taller building. One of the things you can do with if you're trying to, if I'm not trying to erase this line and I'm trying to erase that line, is put something over. If you take there's these little metal things if you're at the art supply store that are really flat. They designed for that. You can use all kinds of other things. You can cut up a lid of a Asiago cheese container, or any kind of plastic thing, and make sure it's clean. Lay it down and kind of use it to mask over where, so you can get a cleaner eraser. You guys can take your time. And I'm just going to freehand again. I'm freehanding it in because it's organic. They're working on the roof. So now this back building is still in line with the other one. It's in perspective with the other one, but it was made shorter because instead of using the top, I used these lines down here to create those lines. Now, if something was dead center, there's your vanishing point, and the building is say here, somebody built, like maybe this is a road, someone decided to build a building in the middle of the road. All right, watch how badly I do this. Quickly, I think I'm exceeding the time that my video can be uploaded to oh well, maybe I'll break it in half. Say that's the front of our building. Ignore this mess. Then I don't see the sides. My lines go kind of straight back. I'll just go to there. I won't extend everything, but they're still going to that vanishing point. Okay, and then again, I have a parallel line that's right there. So I end up with this thing. Wow, what a mess. I need to erase a lot. Or I start shading in everything. A lot of times you'd build a structure, like if they're trying to do a cityscape, they'd build a structure and then go back in and draw. So again, this would all be light. That's kind of a boring box. So let's say we have, it's actually some sort of big open, got a big opening in it. I'll make, it's not perfect. Again, I would make these, this should match, I should measure over, but yeah, see it's thinner over there than that. You can see that and you'd be like, what's going on, Joe? It's sublime. It's when you have things off a little bit. I made this building too long. All right, my idea. So then, because I'm looking down into it, I have a vanishing point. I take these are the edges of the inside walls. I would take them straight back, and there'd be lines, another parallel line. Hopefully, I might be cheating. Am I cheating? Sometimes I cheat. But if you do that, like I go, okay, I made that line. No, it's not quite there. So this, actually the building, if I went straight up from there, it would end here. Anyway. And then I might connect these two. How did I get that? That was my eyelash. The back of the building. It's kind of like you're looking inside the building. And of course we erase and fix all this mess. That's pretty crooked. And whoops. And you could do, although, if you want to get fancy, you could do a little bit of shading on the inside here. Give the idea that, like, the light's not hitting that wall. And stuff like that. Let me shade those walls. And actually, a light, if you're thinking about light, there'd be the light of the door might be coming in weird, but we're not getting into that. That involves another layer of confusion. So that, messy as it is, the farther you go back, or the farther you get over, of course, that, it's going to become more dramatic. And those are sort of, you almost start to, once you get over to here, you're starting to get into a weird place, I find. But, it can be done. Anyway, 1 point perspective, at least 3 images. You can do more. You can add more details, windows and things like that, and figure out interiors. Maybe I wanted to build, if I put a couch in here, this thing would, like, okay, now, see, I had to go in. I was almost done, and then I had to go and open my big mouth. So if I put, like, say someone dropped off a box or a badly designed chair, and it's the edge of it is there. Should have been up against the wall. Anyway, those lines would also go to the vanishing point. Going to the limit of my eyes right now. Anyway, so all those little lines, you would have to clean that up quite a bit. Same thing. Now this, you're getting weird little things here where like this little spot here, there might barely be a sliver of something, and it's kind of really frustrating, but it's just a little, it's hard to get. Anyway, and I made a mess of it. But anyhow, let's add that piece in. So those interior things would also follow that, go to that vanishing point. Those lines would go up to that vanishing point. Okay? All right. Enough. 1 point perspective. At least 3 images. Go for it.